It depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
So I don't go for the length, height, and abs. Okay.
Right. You go for guys you can be mean to.
Huh?
You go for guys you can be mean to.
No, I go for men because I do agree. Like I like making my money, right? I love working. That is something that I'm passionate about. However, I still like to be taken care of. So I want someone that has their stuff together, but then I'm also dating in my 30s, mid 30s, almost 40s, right? So it's different than like when I was dating in my 20s. You guys are all in your 20s, you're in your 30s. But
right.
Men in their 30s I still consider are like in your 20s, you know? I tend to date older.
Right, but those older men are still going to date younger women.
Correct, I'm younger than the older men, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
right,
correct.
but
she's in a different age bracket, baby.
I'm in a good age bracket, I believe, right now, because have you guys ever seen those memes? It's like, don't play with me, I could date you or your daddy. I'm in that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm right there right now. Right,
so. But I don't think you understand what I'm saying. A man that, okay, what age of men are you saying that you date?
I usually like to date at least 40s and up.
So, what do you think is a man's prime? When does man hit his prime?
I think they don't start maturing. I'm sorry for the ones that are mature. I think that they don't get it out of that because maybe I came from Los Angeles and you see guys that are like 39, 36 still in the club. That's not a good look, right? For me. When
do guys hit their prime?
In my humble opinion, I think at 40s and up. 40s and up with experience. For instance.
Okay, so no. So when do women hit their prime?
Well, it just depends because J-Lo's in her 50s and she looks better than she was in her 20s.
J-Lo's bank account is also very, very fat.
Correct.
So we can't really compare it to these.
We don't care about money. We don't care about your money.
Huh?
We don't care about how much money you make.
Don't worry about the screen.
I'm not talking about.
Don't worry about it. Into the mic. Don't worry.
So, the thing is, different standards are changing.
But answer, if you had to say, when do women hit their prime?
It really depends on the woman.
Men judge what a woman's prime is, right?
Okay, I think that.
So at what age do you think men?
I like myself in my 30s, but earlier 30s.
No, not you. Think outside of yourself.
I'm sorry, I'm just so selfish. I don't know about other people
or just like
own business.
Like literal like physical health or all over or are you talking about your
when
actual
it comes to dating,
mental?
what men are attracted to? What would men say that a woman's prime is?
When we sexy.
I'm saying early 20s. So to answer your question, early 20s.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom. So why would a guy in his 40s in his prime not want a woman in their prime?
Although
because of the mental. If you're thinking like back in the day, okay, like biologically healthy bodies on the younger scale, right? As you get older, it's just
when I turn 40 and I have money and I want to have a family, I'm not going to pick a woman that's in her 30s.
Okay. Well, that is your preference. That is your preference.
Well,
how will she have kids if she's like unless you have a lot of money, like it's more dangerous to have kids after you're 30. So
but I know, I agree.
Okay.
We agree.
For men, technically it's 45 if you want to be healthy, and if you're like smoking weed or drinking or whatever, then you're going to compromise yourself too. So, I don't want to get that detailed about it. Like with me, I waited way too long because I'm like going to be 36 this year as far as children. But I do want kids, but it's like I'm going to put them on ice pretty soon, like extracting my eggs.
You're going to do that?
I really, that's my plan because I'm not just going to go and find Slick Rick and then just get knocked up. I'm careful because I want to create with a human being that I am going to have to be able to co-parent with, whether we're married or not. Ideally, marriage, right? But it's like there's so many people that just hate their spouse and they stay together for the children. I'm sorry.
I think she understood.
Okay, so just to answer your question,
I'm going to give men a little more credit and say the ones that know that they want to settle down eventually, have kids, be married, I think that they know at a relatively young age. I'm going to guess like 20. So if you know that, you want to be looking for a wife in your early 20s, this is for the subset of men who are like, I know I want to get married. They're probably going to be looking to women around their own age. So that's why I think we see marriages commonly between like 25 and 35 with, non-age gap marriages. But then, of course, older 40-year-old men want women in their prime. And if women want security and, if I'm 22 and I just want security and this older man's 40 and he has the security and wants a young woman, that's why you see that together. So I don't know how this got so
I have
deep.
a question for you. So you said when you're like in your 40s you want to settle down and you'd pick a woman in her 20s, like in her prime time.
Yes.
Okay. What happens when she's 35, past her prime time? You still committed?
Just get a different one, right?
Would you stay committed?
Yeah. Why would not?
Okay. No, I was just wondering.
Yeah,
I
once
was
you
just
put
wondering.
in that, put in the work, put in the equity. Yeah.
Okay,
You
no, I was
got,
just wondering.
equity now. You didn't
Okay.
put in. Yeah. You got years. You got tenure.
Just wondering.
You're good.
Me
Cool, no, cool.
personally, I've aged like, and I'm 26. I've aged like fine wine. I was so, like,
Wait.
horrendous.
Huh?
I was horrendous.
Age like fine wine?
Yeah, that's what they say, right?
Yes. I've heard that.
Have you heard that
I
before?
think you're beautiful. Don't
She
let
was
him
saying
make a
when she was
silly
younger,
point
she
out
was
of this. You're
more
saying-
busted. Like, you're not busted at all, but she was saying like she didn't know her makeup or hair routine,
No,
and you just
looked-
level up as
I
a
looked
woman the
so
more
bad
you age.
when I was
Yeah.
like 20,
Oh, I was
21. If I showed you
fugly.
pictures, like, fugly is like not the word. So,
Right. But if you would have found a real one.
No,
at
I was
21.
okay.
He would have been like,
You
I
know what's
got
really
you.
funny?
What do you mean?
I dated. So I had a relationship in high school. It lasted 3 years, and right out of high school, my first boyfriend was 20 years older than me, 22 years older than me. He was 42, and we dated for like 2 years, and I still wasn't at my prime. I was awkward.
Well, y'all pick horrible men. You
No.
want to know why?
I wasn't obviously because
your
I'm
dads aren't
18 and
around.
I'm not even fully developed at all. Like my two brain cells are dancing together. Like what?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with you to a point. And I know I was talking about, earlier I did, like in the conversation, I did actually agree with you about like the 2-parent household. I was just saying that guy's argument sucked. But what I'm saying, I agree with you to a point, because even in myself, I do question my own choices and who I pick as a partner. And I attribute that a lot to like, maybe I have something internal where like, because of what happened with my dad, like that's influencing my choices. And as far as like the whole prime thing goes, what the actual problem is too, is that like, evolution and biology hasn't caught up to modern medicine. People used to die at 40, so it makes sense that women get into prime childbearing years from 14 to 30, because they would die shortly after because we didn't have antibiotics. You know what I'm saying? But now people are living to like 80 and men can just keep reproducing. I saw a lot of comments about like population, and for the population, there's like 8 billion people. We don't need any more people. Like that's also a stupid argument. But I do kind of agree with you that like, of course men are going to be attracted to women in their childbearing years, which is much younger. As far as like mental development, have you tried to have a conversation with like a 18-year-old lately? Like like when I was 18, I was attracted to 18-year-olds. When I'm like 27, I look at an 18-year-old and it looks like a little boy. So it's like, that's the disconnect, I think. And it's like, there's value in older women because it's like we have age, experience, like tact. Like
I find that so not a good argument, because
No,
I
I'm saying I agree with the
I think that you just put out a really bold statement, the way that women hate the way men do. Oh, all older women are this, or all young women are that. I think that you become smart through experiences
push back a little.
and reading and listening to smart people rather than just aging.
I
Because
agree with you.
you can age well,
That's
you can
true.
age knowledgeably, or you cannot.
I
So
ag-
just being older does not make you smarter.
I agree with you 100%. That was a very broad generalization. What I'm saying is like, if I have a conversation with a 50-year-old, we don't have shit in common. We come from a different
But
time.
why?
It's not about
You
a
don't have
time.
anything like
No, it's like
what
even just like socially, or like when you go to like social justice issues, politically, like all there's just age difference does kind of matter. When I'm not saying people can't
hold on.
connect.
Hold that thought.
Martin
One
super
sec.
chatted $200.
Oh,
Women age like milk in the summer southern sunshine. You are welcome for the alliteration.
Wow, that was
Especially the white
that was
Like
poetic,
milk
Mark
in the
Quavius.
summer.
Thank you very much for
I
that.
love that.
Yo, by the way, Eric, I clicked off one of the other super chats. If you can show that one.
I think
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Just
I
wait
have a
until.
thing. Wait, can I think something?
Can I just finish the one point? I swear.
Women shouldn't think.
You're right. No
We should
thoughts.
stop. Why are we thinking still?
No, I really didn't mean to demean younger people. I'm just saying you're at different points in your life. What I wanted at 18 is very different than what I want at 27. So it's like you got to find somebody, regardless of age, what aligns with you. So it's like when I say I'm talking to an 18-year-old boy, that's not somebody that probably wants to settle down and have a family and get married. So it's like that's why I'm saying there's a disconnect. But biologically, of course, older men are going to be attracted to younger women. So I agree with you, and I agree with like the whole like parental figure thing.
Also,
actually.
yeah, it's a
But-
parental. It's totally a parental thing, and I think it's like it's a strong word. I don't even know. Can I use it? The G word. Grooming. Is that a thing?
What?
Grooming.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, like we're talking about older guys.
We're talking
getting
about
into-
adult relationships. That's irrelevant.
Right, but would that?
I'm not going to even entertain that conversation. Older men who are attracted to younger women are not grooming. Grooming
Okay.
is in the context of like
Like,
predators.
No, yeah, that's not what I meant at all. I meant it very loosely, as in
Okay.
like my experience. For example, when I'm 18, dating somebody who's 20 years older than me. What is the reason for that?
Money,
I need
Because you're not stuck in your
insecurity,
ways.
probably.
And I didn't have any of that. Let's take those factors away: money, security, all that other stuff that actually matters. What I actually wanted was like essentially a father figure, somebody who can like tell me what's up with life, somebody who could guide me through life, and that's what I needed. Got that philosophy out the way, and it's like cool. I can start dating somebody who's like younger and more around my bracket of age. That's my personal experience, and I just wanted to interject and say that that's possible. That's possibly why you would be interested in a younger woman, because you could instill. What happens with male and female relationships is males instill their philosophies to women, and women, we either, if we love them, we're gonna catch on to those philosophies, and we're gonna be like, oh, okay, great. Like, this might be my political party, or I agree with.
Well, no,
these
you
things,
have to do
morals.
that to like you have to bring your girl on your same wavelength if you want to start a family. If she's going to be a mom to your children,
Right, absolutely.
You want to have the same.
Absolutely, and I think it's easier to do it when it's a younger chick. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
because
Everyone else is like stuck in
The
their
younger
ways
you are, the
as they're
they
older.
listen.
I mean, it's healthier as far as the body, maybe, but like mentally, it's not for everybody. Like,
What's not for
honestly,
everybody?
mentally, like you're bringing a child into the world. If you're still a child that can't even take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of another human being?
What child can take care of?
You-
What are you talking about?
I
What-
think that
you know
women
what
are
I
born
mean?
with inherent maternal instincts, and I think that there is such thing as teen moms that become great moms, and financially they can't take care of themselves. So I'm a little confused where you're going with this, because if you have a man to provide you with money and security, what do you need to do that for if you already have maternal instincts? And I think that most women are born with those, and that's why most women become good moms.
But you can't. I agree. Young moms are amazing moms, and moms are the best. Yeah, we can go on all day about that, but there's something to be said about age and experience, life experience. A lot happens in your 20s, and things level out.
Getting
when you
ran
get
through in
older.
baggage and trauma.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
There's people with
men don't
emotional
want that.
intelligence.
You don't like
Men
experience.
don't want that in a
So
partner.
then why aren't they
Experience,
wifing
no.
us early? Why are they running around town? Like, if they don't want us ran through and baggage and trauma, why are they like they're waiting till like how are we so at 20 I should be looking for 40-year-olds that are ready to settle?
Not
Like I don't know how to
not necessarily.
I don't know how you it sounds like just a losing battle all around if you look at it as like all the responsibilities
But
like, on
it
the
depends
woman.
on if you're a wife. All wives are found, always. If you're 20 years old and you're a wife, you're going to be found, period. End of story.